Hello everybody, my name is Vicky and today I'm going to be telling you some spooky stories all ready for Halloween. And today, I don't know if you can see, but I am dressed up like a pumpkin. That's right, I have an orange shirt and I have a green hair bubble, so I look a little bit like a pumpkin, all ready for Halloween that's coming very, very soon. I'm going to be telling you 3 scary stories today, and I hope that you don't get too frightened. They are all here inside this very dusty book. I hope you're all ready. So let's take a look and see. Our first spooky story is called The Ghost of the Black Dog. This story is based out on the moors, and the moors is very close to where we live here. On the moors, it can become very spooky and scary, as many people have said that they have seen some beastly creatures such as ghosts walking about on the moors, and this tends to happen when it's dark. So one early evening, an old man decided to take a very long walk through the moors. He walked for hours and time flew by so fast that he didn't realise that it had soon become nighttime and very, very dark. He wasn't prepared for the weather that was about to come his way. It became very, very windy and the rain started to pour as well as it being really, really dark. He started to get very, very cold. He carried on walking in search for somewhere to get nice and warm. He soon spotted far in the distance a house on the edge of the moors that he decided to go inside. He sat down and was served a very warm drink. Oh, that's better. And decided to have a nap before the rest of his long journey. Oh. He decided that it was time to go back outside, so opened the creaky door to the house and set off back on his walk through the very heavy darkness. Oh dear, I wonder what's going to happen next. As the old man was walking along the moors, he heard some footsteps behind him, and they went like this: thump, 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 thump. I wonder if you can join in with me. Okay, here we go. Thump, 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 thump. The old man thought there might be somebody walking behind him, the same journey that he was taking. He decided to turn around and take a look. But it wasn't a person. Oh no. Before him stood a big black dog. Now for some people, they might be really scared to see this black dog standing before them. But for this old man, he loved dogs. He was so happy to see it that he decided to go up and touch it. Wow, he said, "Aren't you a beautiful black dog? Will you let me pet you?" And as he reached out his hand to touch the black dog, his hand went straight through. The old man knew that something wasn't right, and it wasn't any regular black dog that he was looking at. Oh no, It appeared to be a ghost of a black dog. As soon as the dog let out a loud bark, woof, 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 the man started to run. He ran as fast as he could along the moors to get away from the ghost of the black dog that was following him behind. As he ran, the dog ran even faster and started barking even louder. Woof, 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 woof. He kept running and soon reached to a dead end. He looked up at the sky and there he saw a huge bolt of lightning flash down before him. And the old man disappeared and was never seen again. The ghost of the black dog let out a huge howl, "Ow!" and disappeared too. Many people today still say that you can see the ghost of the black dog if you walk onto the moors. I wonder if you'll spot them one day when you go to the moors too. The second spooky story is called The Hairy Hands. Once upon a time, there lived two friends, and they were driving in their car down a very long road. One of these friends was a girl, and one of them was a boy. As they were driving down the road, it became very, very misty and very, very foggy, and the darkness meant that they struggled to see where they were going. As the friends were driving, they felt a slight wind, a slight breeze on the back of their necks. Ooh, they both thought, it's very, very cold. We better drive faster so that we can get home soon. As they were driving down this very long road, one of the friends felt a tickle on the back of their neck. "Was that you?" the girl said to the boy. "No, it wasn't me," said the boy. "It must be the wind." "Oh, silly me," thought the girl, and they carried on driving calmly down the very long road all the way home. A few moments later, the boy also felt a tickle on the back of his neck. "Was that you?" said the boy. "No, it wasn't me," said the girl. "It must be the wind." "Oh, silly me," said the boy, and they carried on driving down this very long road, hoping to get home. A few moments later, both the girl and the boy felt an even bigger tickle on the back of their necks. "Was that you?" they both said at the same time. "No way," they both said, and they both turned their heads towards the back of the car. There they saw the ghost of two hairy hands staring before them. They both screamed, "Ah!" The hairy hands lurched forward and grabbed the steering wheel of the car. It sent them to the left and to the right, and it swerved and it drove as fast as it could over the hills and far away. The girl and the boy were never to be seen again. No one has seen them since, but it has been said that the ghost of the hairy hands can be seen sometimes when you're driving down this very long road. Oh dear, I hope you're not too frightened yet. There's one more story to go. Our third and final spooky story is called Vixana, the Witch of Vixen Tor. It has been said that there is an evil witch called Vixana who lives in a very dark cave at the top of Vixen Tor. You'll find this tor on Dartmoor. And many people and walkers who have walked by have seen this evil witch and have lived to tell the tale. Vixana the witch had very long red hair. She had a pointy witch's hat and always wore a dark cloak. She didn't get on with people and loved to play tricks on them. So every now and then, when she heard walkers walking by on the moors, she would come out of her cave and decide to cast some magic. She would use her magic to conjure up the mist and the fog so it swirled and whirled around all of the walkers that would walk on by. They would get so caught up in the mist and the fog that they wouldn't be able to see where they were going. "Help! Help!" the walkers would say. "Please help us, we can't see anything." As the mist and the fog swirled, whirled and grew, the walkers would disappear amongst it, never to be seen again. Once Vixana the witch knew that the people had completely disappeared, she would let out an evil laugh. Meanwhile, on the edge of the moors, in a tiny house, lived a young boy. Now, this boy wasn't ordinary. He, in fact, had some magical powers of his own. Two, in fact. His first power was that he could see through the thickest fog and mist. His second power was that he had a magical ring, and if you placed this ring onto his finger, he would turn invisible, so no one could see him. One day, the young boy decided to go for a walk out on the moors, but he didn't realise he was about to walk past Vixen Tor. And do we remember who lives at Vixen Tor? That's right, Vixana the witch. Vixana the witch heard the footsteps of the young boy walking out towards her cave, so she decided to pay him a visit. She stepped out of her cave and thought she would play a nasty trick on him, like she did with the other walkers, and used her magical powers to conjure up the thickest fog and mist to surround him on his journey down the very long road he was on. As the fog and the mist surrounded the young boy, he wasn't fazed. He used his magical powers to see through the thickest of fog, and he popped out of the other side. Vixana, the witch, was baffled and had never seen anybody come out of the thick fog and mist that she'd conjured up using her magical powers, so she decided to try something else. Vixana the witch conjured up all of her magical powers to summon the biggest spell of all. Instead of bringing in the mist and the fog to surround the young boy, she conjured up a storm with thunder and lightning that was so loud. However, the young boy wasn't fazed. He took the ring from his pocket and placed it onto his finger and turned invisible. The witch couldn't see where the boy had gone, so decided to go and look out for him. As she took steps forward into the mist and the fog that she had created, the young boy, who was still invisible, spotted the witch and decided to put an end to all of her evil tricks that she would play on the walkers that passed by. He decided he was going to push her off the edge of the Tor. Can we all join in at home? After 3, we're going to push this evil witch off the edge of the Tor. Ready? 3, 2, 1, push! And just like that, the witch fell from her Tor. She disappeared amongst the storm and the thick fog and mist that she had created, and she was never, ever seen again. The end. Wow. Thank you so much for joining in with my storytelling today, and I hope you aren't too frightened. Speaking of things that are frightened, you may have noticed that my friends behind me look very, very scared. That's right, I've made my very own paper plate ghosts. And I'm about to show you how you can make your own paper plate ghosts too at home. To make your very own paper plate ghost at home, you will need one paper plate, a sheet of white card or paper, some scissors, but make sure there's an adult around to supervise you, a black and red pen, some unused toilet roll, some sellotape or glue depending on what you'd prefer to use, and a short piece of string. Okay, so now that you have all of your materials that you need for our crafts, we're going to get started. So first of all, what you're going to do is you're going to set everything aside apart from your paper plate, keep that handy, and you're going to take your white piece of paper or card for today. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your black pen, or you can use a pencil, it's completely up to you. And we're going to draw two arms and hand shapes. So two squiggles, they can be any shapes or any sizes you wish. And these are going to create our arms and our hands for our ghost. So once you have your arm and hand shapes that you'd like, you're going to take your scissors nice and carefully, and we're going to cut those shapes out. Then next, what you're going to do is you're going to take your unused toilet roll, and what we're going to do is we are going to pull off a few strips. So we're going to make a few strips of loo roll. They can be as short or as long as you like. I'm going to do 3, and then you can place the rest of your loo roll back to the side. And what we're going to do is you're going to take one strip of your loo roll, and this is going to make the ghostly air at the bottom of your ghost. So it's going to create the nice windy, whooshy, swishy shapes that ghosts have. And we're going to just rip one of the ends of the toilet paper, and it can be in any shape, any squiggle you like, and we're going to do the same for the rest of them as well. There we go. So we have 3 long, spooky, scary looking strips, and this is going to form the bottom of our ghost. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our paper plate, and we're going to take these 3 strips that we've just made, and you're going to turn your paper plate over so it's upside down. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your sellotape, and we're going to tape the toilet roll. We're going to tape the toilet roll to the back of our paper plate. Very good, just like this. So then when you flip it around or flip it over, you can see that your ghost has some lovely wishy-washy tissue that will blow in the wind to create the ghost's movement, so it looks like it's floating up into the air. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it back over, and we're going to make sure that we stick our lovely arm and hand shapes that we've created onto our ghost as well. And we're going to stick one either side. So we're going to place them like this. You can angle them so they're upwards or downwards, it's up to you. And we're going to sellotape these in place as well. Just like this. So when we turn our ghost over, whoop, you can see that it's got its lovely hands so that it can wave to people, and it's got its lovely wibbly wobbly wisps that will blow in the wind as well. All that's left to do now is to decorate your paper plate with a ghost's face. So we're going to take our black pen, and we're going to draw some big eyes. And we're going to colour them in. And then we're going to draw a mouth as well, a very scary looking mouth. Fantastic, so if I turn it around you can see, ooh, our ghost is looking very scary. What you might want to do to add some extra detail is take your red pen and you can give it some rosy looking cheeks. Ooh, our ghost paper plate craft is nearly complete. But just to add one finishing touch to it, you're going to take some of your string that you've got and you're going to tape it in a nice loop at the very top of your ghost. And that way you can hang up your ghost wherever you choose. It can be on your front door, it can be in your window or on your room, so that the whole world can see. And there you go, you have your very own paper plate ghouly ghost ready for Halloween. Woo! And there you have it, you've made your very own paper plate ghosts at home, and I bet they look fantastic. Thank you so much for joining in with our spooky tales today, and happy Halloween to all of you at home. We hope to see you all soon. Bye!